Namaste. Success and failure are two things which we all see in our life again and again. We would have seen a lot of things happening the way we want, a lot of success, and we would have also sometimes come across certain situations where things do not go the way we want them to go. And here the question arises, how do we take success in our life and how do we look at failures or look at, let's say, hurdles? Let's not use the word failures, because every time it's not that we have failed. Something did not happen the way we wanted it to. So let us see how we take that and how we move forward in life. I am going to speak about this in this video and with two examples. The first one is an example of a young man. He had come to see me for counseling once, and he was from a very good family. His parents were very well educated, well settled. He told me about himself. He said he had studied in a very good school and then studied in a very good college, the college of his choice and the education which he wanted. And after that, immediately he got a very good job. And in that job, within 2.5 to 3 years, he got his promotions and he had risen to a great height, which was spectacular actually. So he himself was amazed at his own growth. So he was telling me all that and it was a pleasure to listen to him. But then he stopped. He said, but there's one thing which is bothering me in my life. Then I asked him, what is it? He said, I liked a girl when I was studying in college. Both of us were in love. We liked each other a lot and we used to meet often. And then college got over and of course he got his job and started his career. She also got her job and started her career. Even then, he said, at least for about 6 months, they were meeting often. And they were on very good terms. There was no quarrel, nothing at all. But at some point, this girl said, this is not going to work. Let us stop this. Let us just be friends once in a way. We will connect, but otherwise I'm not interested. And he says it came as such a big blow because I just could not understand why she suddenly lost interest. And he said, after that I was busy with my work and the promotions came and he was traveling all over the world and so many things, so many meetings, everything was going on. But with all that rise in his career, with all that he achieved in his career, with everything that he was seeing in the world at that point of time, he said, with all that I was not able to get over this at all because this was always there at the back of my mind. Why did she leave me? Why did she suddenly break up? Why did she suddenly end our relationship? What went wrong? Did I do something wrong? Or can I make up for it somehow now? Will she come back to me? Can I make her come back to me? And he said that was the reason reason for his coming and meeting me. So you see how he was totally stuck there with that one failure. He called it a failure in life. Then I told him, see, this is not a failure. It's not about you're trying to do something and not being able to do it. It's not a failure at all. You don't have to label it as a failure if you ask me. Here what happened is two people come together, they like each other. And if the relationship ends in marriage, it's well and good. It's very good for everybody. Everyone is happy. But when two people like each other, they meet each other a few times and after some time they find that it doesn't work. Either they separate mutually or one of them feels that it doesn't work also. It is simply that it didn't work and that's it. Nobody has failed there. There's no question of failure. There is no need to even use that word failure. So I told him, see, you need not use the word failure. You can understand that, okay, this didn't work for some reason. She may have her own reason. And the best thing is for you to move on. And there I asked him, what about your life? You just now told me about your life. So do you think you were successful in the other spheres of your life? And then once again he said, yeah, my school was an excellent school. And then I wanted to study in a particular college and I got admission there and it was a wonderful period for me there. I learned a lot of things there. I made a lot of friends and it's been a very happy time for me there. And then he said after school he really wanted to get a good job and rise in his career. He said immediately I got a good job and very good parents, very good house atmosphere. He said I can't complain at all. Everything has been very good in my life. But this is the only thing which is all the time at the back of my mind. It's not even allowing me to feel happiness. It's not allowing me to feel my achievements and success in other walks of life. So that's when I told him, see, when you're talking about your success, you studied in a very good school. So you're not analyzing. You're not saying, I don't know why I studied in a good school, I don't know what I did to achieve, to deserve that good school. You don't even talk like that. And then a good college, the college which you wanted, you said you got an admission there. So did you ever analyze, why did I get that college? What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to get this college? Or what did I not do? Did you analyze? He said, no, I never even thought about it. I felt happy. That's it. I never thought about it. And then I said, what about your family? He said, oh, my parents are very good. They are so supportive. They are always behind me for whatever I do. And I'm so happy and grateful to them for everything they have given me. I said, but have you ever analyzed where you went right or you did something right or wrong to deserve such good parents? He said, no, I have never analyzed. And then you got a job. How do you like your job? He said, oh, it's an excellent job. I am really very happy with it and I'm doing so well there. Did you ever analyze why you got that job, or what conspired to get you that job, or how did you deserve that job? Did you ever think about that? He said, no, I have never looked at anything like that. So when it is a success, when things go well, we never analyze. We don't even look for a reason. We feel it is there, we deserve it, it's just there. But when something goes wrong, but after all this, when this girl, we can't even say rejected. We can only say, okay, she just withdrew, that's all. She understood that this relationship cannot go on for whatever reason. She might have, maybe she found somebody else, or maybe she felt that something was not sufficient here. Whatever is the reason, she didn't want to discuss. It's okay. But it is good that it happened before marriage, and she just said it in a good way, and without any quarrels, she just separated and went. So that is also good, but you are not able to look at it like that, because something that you wanted did not happen. So you are terming it a failure, and you are analyzing it so much, and that too for these 2-3 years, which are the very important period of his life. When you're beginning your career, you need to focus completely on that. But there, so much of his energy was going into this. So when I told him all that, then finally he said, I don't know how to remove this from my mind. If this goes out of my mind, I will be very peaceful, he said. Then I was able to help him with music therapy and subliminal messages and other things, and he came out of it very well. But that the point is that he was analyzing only his, again, I don't want to call it a failure, but then for lack of any other proper word, I'm just saying his failure. But I would say what did not happen for him in his life, whereas his successes were just accepted as they were. This is one example. There is another example of a lady. She again, when she met him, she also described her life, her background. She also came from a very good background. I'm talking about people who have seen only success in their life. I'm not talking about people who have seen a lot of failures. So they have a better way of handling any failure, we would say. So these people are people who have been blessed with so many good things in life. So this lady said, I was born in a very good family. My parents have been very supportive. Grandparents have been very supportive. I've always had an excellent atmosphere at home. And she said schooling was good. College was very good. She's got excellent friends from the college life, and they're all still very close. And then she said she got a very good job immediately after her studies were over. And once she settled down with the job, then her parents looked for her marriage, and she found a very good person, got married, and she says, my husband is a gem of a person. He's so good. I like him so much. I mean, he is everything a woman would really want in a husband. He takes care of me and all that. And she has her mother-in-law and father-in-law also staying with them. And they are also very good people. She said, my mother-in-law takes away all the burden of housekeeping from me. She takes care of the house, and father-in-law is there. Both of them together, they run the house, everything. I don't have to worry about my child. She has a child who's about 3 years old, and it's 5 years since she got married, and she's been doing very well in her career also. And the whole thing, if you see, is very supporting, very encouraging, her whole background. Now she said in the last 6 months back, there was an opportunity for a promotion in her office, and she applied for it, but she didn't get through. Then again, recently again she applied, she went for the interview. She attended 2 levels of interviews, but still finally she didn't get it. So she's saying, I feel so bad. I am not able to take this failure. And once again I said, why do you call it a failure? It's just that at this point of time, they were not able to accommodate you. That's it. It doesn't mean you have failed in what you have done. You have done everything properly, but if it doesn't happen the way you want it to, You should be able to take it easily. And even her husband is telling her, don't worry so much about it. Don't stress yourself so much. It's okay. You've got a good position even now. So continue to do that work without too much stress. Even if you get promoted, there may be even more responsibility, even more stress. So let that come later. Right now you're okay, you keep doing this, don't worry about all this. Her mother-in-law, father-in-law, everybody is telling her, don't bother, don't get stressed, be happy, just go and do your work and come, you're doing very well. So when the whole family is supporting her also, she is not able to relax. So then I explained to her and I said, see, when all these things went well in your life, everything happened so beautifully. It's like from a textbook, it's so nice. But you never analyzed, why did I get a good school or a good college, or why were my parents so good to me? How come they did everything for me? What did I do to deserve this? You never asked these questions, did you? She said, no, I have never even thought about it. She said, I used to feel very grateful for my life. I used to thank God for it. I said, that is very good. When you feel grateful for your life and you thank God, that's the best thing you can do. And that's really very good. Keep doing it. But at the same time, if so many good things could happen in your life without your doing anything for it, without your putting in a big effort, and without your even asking for anything much, it just happened to fall into place. If so many good things have happened on their own in your life, then if this one thing did not happen, don't you think there could be some reason? Maybe later on something better could come your way. Can you not look at it like that? She just looked at me and said, I don't know, my mind is in a turmoil. Then of course I gave her some therapy and helped her to settle down with whatever was happening in her life. But the question is, when there is success in life, we never analyze it, we never question it. But when something does not work the way we want it to work, then there are so many questions in our mind, so much of analysis in our mind. So sit back and think about it. You can analyze the failures sometimes. Sometimes if something doesn't work out, it is good to analyze to a little extent and say, okay, what went wrong? Maybe I should have done it in this way. Maybe I could do it in a different way. That is fine. But getting stuck there and not being able to move on is not acceptable. So think about whenever you think of your life, think about your successes also. And feel happy about them. And if there is something which did not work out the way you wanted it to, accept it and say that, okay, fine, this did not work out, so something better will happen in my life. And that kind of a thought process will take you very far, will make you very positive, will keep you as a very powerful being. Try it and see.